This video is for you and me because we are so self-aware of what's going on in our lives that we realize that we've been overdoing it just a little bit. That we listen to our mind, body, spirit, and soul when it whispers to us, girl, you need a vacation. So that's exactly what we did, or that's exactly what I did. I went ahead and packed my bags. Me and my family went to Pensacola, Florida. So let me talk to you about what you've been experiencing if you don't quite know, and give you a guide to help you move past it so that you can create a better system for yourself. Let's get into it. Lately, I've been going extra hard for you girlies. I've been showing up doing all the work. I've been creating a social media platform where I speak to women to help them reclaim their identity so that you can actually start making decisions intentionally about your life and start living out the life of your dreams boldly. I've been trying to figure out so many different ways on how to actually communicate the message to you ladies. The long form videos, the reels, the editing, the scripting, all of it. I mean, the list goes on and on and on until I had to say enough is enough. I couldn't take it anymore. The one thing I realized that the system that I was creating for myself, it wasn't authentically me. It wasn't allowing me to show any personality. I was just waking up and doing the thing over and over and over again. And actually, I started to hate it. I tend to run to Gemini and Claude for assistance. And a lot of times they kind of switch up my plans and then they put me into a box. The one thing that I realized, I wasn't showing any personality. I wasn't really happy in the processes that I was creating. I even filmed last week a video telling you guys that I was actually done with this industry. But I'm not a quitter. And that's the one thing that I'm trying to teach my ladies out there is not to quit. So what did I decide to do? I decided it was time for me to pivot. It was time for me to create a lane for myself that actually felt like me, to actually live in my true identity, the things that I'm trying to get other ladies to do. I couldn't be a fraud out here telling y'all to do something that I wasn't actually doing myself. How disingenuous would that be, right? So in knowing that there was a better way for me to actually get these things done, I decided not to go to Claude because Claude be working the hell out of your girl. But I did turn to Gemini. I can trust Gemini. Gemini, for some reason, me and Gemini, we could relate. But we had a conversation about the things that I actually wanted to do. The things that Gemini broke down for me that helped me understand my lane and my path. There were 6 different pillars. And I want to show you how to do those things for yourself. Gemini helped me understand in a way that I was doing things that wasn't catered to me. And I understood that. I just didn't know exactly how to break it down and identify it. I found a way that actually worked for me that allowed me to be creative, to share information so that I didn't actually feel stale. The first thing that I had to do was understand what was the things that I enjoyed doing versus the things that was actually draining and depleting my energy. This didn't require a whole lot of thinking, but it did require me to take time and sit in the feelings and the emotions. Now, you may not be a content creator. You can actually be doing something different, but you're still experiencing burnout. Understand what is it that you're doing in your daily tasks that's actually eating up those calories of your brain, because this is where burnout comes in. Our brain loves to consume calories, but once we're receiving too many calories, just like anything else, it gets fat. It gets overabsorbed. It starts to get sluggish and it doesn't want to do the work anymore. So take time and figure out what are the tasks that you're doing that's actually depleting you, and what are the tasks that you're doing that's actually giving you energy. What is energizing you throughout your day? Then we're going to do some work with those 2 things. Let's get into that. So now that the work is done, we found out what's actually causing us to burn out. It's time for us to switch things up a little bit. This is where I began my pivot. Our next step is to see what is it in this system that we're creating for ourselves that we can actually try to automate. Now, trust me when I say this. Women have been automating things for a very long time. You automate the way that you cook if you're cooking out of a can, if you're cooking Jiffy cornbread. You also have automated your nail system, your pedicure system, your facials, your eyebrows, your eyelashes. It's now time to start automating some of these tasks that's going to actually bring in some income to you. So can you automate somebody coming to your home and actually doing a couple of loads of laundry for you, or can you actually send them out to be done? Can you automate that grocery list on your Kroger or Snaps app or whatever you do your grocery shopping so that that list automatically populates and all you have to do is pay for it and have either Grubhub to drop it off or whatever one of the apps are? Is there a way for you to automate systems, emails, text messages, calendar reminders? What are the things that you can take and actually put into a system that will allow you to free up some bandwidth? That way, you're not constantly trying to think about what chores need to be done around the house. Does the baby actually have something to eat? Have I done all the laundry? You get where I'm going with this? You have more time. What we're actually doing is we're freeing up your schedule so that you can begin to think freely about the things that's actually moving you forward, that's going to drive you closer towards your dream. And we're going to allow those things that doesn't need your one-on-one, your undivided attention to be pawned off, especially if we can afford it. Let's go ahead and update our calendars. If you think about it, we've created a calendar full of tasks that we were doing because we switched things up. We're doing things in a way that we no longer want to do them, but subconsciously our brains have created a habit of doing these things because a lot of times our brain goes into autopilot mode and it just wants to continue to do the routine as usual, and it's going to default to the things or the systems that you've already created for yourself. But by updating your calendar, you'll start making a mental note as well as your notes throughout your house and your notebooks and your notes apps, saying to yourself, I no longer do the things that I used to do that used to bore me and weigh me down. Now I have a much lighter schedule, so I need to get used to doing this. One of the things that I also want you to pay attention to, and this is another step, make sure that you're doing the things that you actually enjoy doing in life, because this is your life and you only have one opportunity to live this life. Make sure that everything that you do, if possible, you absolutely love it. When you actually enjoy doing something, it actually shows up in the way that you deliver it, in the way that you put the spin on it. And if you're showing up doing things that you don't really want to do, then it starts to reflect on the way that you're actually sharing it or serving it into the world. So I know every day can't be perfect, and I know that we can't always do everything that we want to do, but do as much as you possibly can. What I don't want to do is get it twisted or get you to be confused as to some of the things that I've been hearing people say on social media, where they're saying if it's causing you burnout or if it's causing too much friction, then you need to stop. Understand, even the most successful people experience burnout, moments in their careers where they have to notice what's actually going on and they have to make a pivot so that they can adjust things so it feels natural and easy to them. So I don't want you to think that everything you do is going to be 100% easy and it's going to be easy going, because it's not. The point of it is that you're going to be creating a life for yourself that you're proud to show up in, that you're proud to deliver. And that's the key takeaway from actually doing things in life that you truly want to do. Now, last but not least, to your guide in getting away from burnout is the most important item that I can list for you in this video, is trust yourself enough to take a break. I get it. We started something new and we have been working and we've been going at this thing for a very long time. We've been steady, and we fear sometimes that if we allow ourselves to just take a break and pause, that we won't be able to pick it back up where we left off. And I want you to understand, you don't have to be afraid to allow yourself to rest, because the only way that you're actually going to make it to where you're going to without continuous burnout is if you allow yourself to take a moment to have a pause in life, to realize that I need to digress, I need a vacation, I need some me time, and allow yourself enough time to decompose and then be able to pull yourself back together. I want to say thank you for watching this video. I hope that you're able to take these simple steps and apply them, or should I say remove them out of your life. We don't need another to-do list. We need to be able to remove the things that's causing us friction and that's actually giving us the burnout that we no longer want or desire in our lives, so that we can actually show up and deliver the best versions of ourselves. I thank y'all once again for tuning in to Honey Be Real. I am Stephanie, and I will see y'all on the next video. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Oh, and if you can't do nothing, honey, keep it real with yourself. Bye.